And we are live once again. Welcome to another episode of Apartment 107. I'm your host, Darnell Dollar, Darnell Pearson, Sugar Bear the Extraordinaire. My guest panel today, a couple of friends of mine. I got Kryme Payze of Instagram fame.
Yes, sir.
Cocky writers and all kind of shit like that.
Yes, sir. And business owner.
Yes, sir. Don't forget that.
TLLC.
Talk to him.
You need your car transported? Come fuck with me.
Uh-huh. All right, I also want to welcome my guest, Paperboy Rod. You know what I'm saying? Rodney Wright, a.k.a. Automatic. What's up with you, brother?
Man, what's up, bro?
Man, glad to have you here, fam.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me. You know, Auto, you know, that was my name before, Automatic, but, you know, I just, when you go through, you know, a change, I think that's the first thing to change, you know.
Right.
That's the first thing that they change. Like in slavery, they would take your name away and give you another name.
Yeah.
You know, so that name represents what I was, and you know, so now I just go off of my name, Rodney. You know, Paperboy Rod. That's my Instagram.
I still slip and call you Auto time to
and
time.
it's fine. And it's fine. It's all good. I don't knock nobody for doing it, but you know, I mean, it was a part of me. I don't correct people or tell them don't, but it's just that part of me. A lot of it needed to change.
Not the Paperboy part, though, right?
No. No, I don't even think I could change that if I wanted to. Yeah.
So what's up, man? What y'all got on your minds today, man?
A whole lot of everything, you know. We in some weird times, and if you look at the times we in, okay, if you know anything about the word, it talks about plagues and it talks about all of this stuff that's going on now, and you know, we can't afford to be ignorant about that stuff no more.
Right.
Okay. So it's time to get serious about the leadership we pick and all of that, because that all plays a part.
So all the shit that's going on right now with coronavirus and, you know, just the state of the world right now, you think is a result of bad decision making on our parts? Yeah,
I believe we're in a time where we can't afford to play around on stuff like Republican and Democrat and one side and another side, red and blue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
Republic Bloods and Democrats.
Exactly. And
yeah.
Like with such gigantic, I can't believe that with, you know, such important significance on the decisions that are being made, that people would base their decisions on what gang that they're affiliated with. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. So whatever the Republicans say, I'm going with it. Whoever they put up there to run, I'm with them.
Unfortunately, man, at this point, I mean, it's kind of too late to worry about that. You know what I mean?
It's not.
The candidates have been selected. You know what I mean? So you're going to choose one or the other or not at all.
You are, yeah, at this point. But a lot of Republicans don't support what Donald Trump be doing. A lot of them still do. Not based on liking him or liking what he's doing, based on solely
he's a Republican.
Okay. And I'm like, but I think a lot of the other ones that were backing him are saying, okay, enough.
Look, not even knowing that Donald Trump is only a Republican to run for president. He was a Democrat.
He was a Democrat before.
You know, as a billionaire.
Yes. So that lets you know.
That shit don't mean shit.
Right.
So you think Republicans are going to vote Democrat?
I think a lot of people who were in between, and even some of devout Republicans don't like him and ain't gonna vote for him. I don't think so. I think there are diehard Republicans that's like, I don't care who you put up there, I'm voting Republican, which is silly, which is the problem. And I'm not even talking about Republicans. I'm talking about even if you do that for Democrats.
Yeah, I stepped out of that arena. You know, I was told I was a Democrat by my elders in my family, and And when I would ask why, because we Democrat was the answer. You know, just like I was Christian because we Christian.
Right.
You know, that's something you kind of inherit as a Negro,
Right.
Afro American. You know what I mean? It's passed down from slavery, just like Democrat. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, I'm trying to free myself of all my chains. Come on.
Yeah, I feel like that's all Kanye was saying in the beginning, in the first place.
Yeah.
It wasn't about, like, a lot of his shit I don't agree with. I'm just gonna say that. But when he was saying about the free will to choose, I'm with that all day. Because because you're Democrat, we grew up, like you said, saying this is a Democratic household, this is a Christian household.
Right.
But now I'm looking at what you're talking about. What can you do for us?
Absolutely.
You know, more than just, oh, you Democrat, I'm over here with you.
Yeah, because just because like my last name is Pearson, just because you a Pearson don't mean that you for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's the point.
We know that, right? We've
point.
experienced that.
Right.
So
That's the point.
So because you claim the same political party, the same state, neighborhood, whatever, you're like the lawyer be talking about, I'm a Laker fan. You need to hire me.
Right,
Nigga,
right.
what does that mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? But people will try to use that to say that, you know, I'm aligned with you, but that don't mean that.
Right. I think right now what's going on, we're in a shift in a lot of areas. We're in a shift, and I think all of that is brought to people's attention. Like, you know, you can't play around with this no more. You can't pick the leaders of a country based off a particular party or gang. Like, it's silly. Grow up. Look what can happen. You in this crisis.
So it sounds like you're saying that the Republicans are responsible for putting.
No, everybody who playing that game.
Okay.
Even if you're a Democrat, you picking based on that, you're silly.
Well, the
I feel
Republicans are the ones, I'm sorry,
No
that
problem.
put him in office. And just because he's a Republican, they never wanted him to represent their party from the beginning. But once he won, you know, the nomination, they just ran with it, knowing that he wouldn't be good.
Well, I mean, that's my point. They're playing political party games with a country, okay, for power. Like, look, we went through something that nobody ever seen before, right? And you did not have the correct leadership in office at the time of a pandemic, okay?
Right?
And you got the man up there
Telling people to drink Lysol and shit.
Yeah, speaking brash and not, he don't know, he's offending other world leaders and other countries.
China virus.
Yeah,
he refused to say coronavirus. He calls it China. You ever heard him say
from
it?
China.
Yeah, and it's like,
maybe so. I don't know where it's from.
Right.
But it ain't called China virus though.
Yeah, he cracked me up when he said that.
What was you gonna say though? I didn't mean to cut you off. You lost it.
Yeah,
It'll come back.
It'll come back.
All right. Hopefully it does.
It always does.
So, you know, but what we got now, we got Trump versus Biden. And people like me ain't sold on Biden or Kamala, however you say her name.
Kamala Harris.
You know, these are police friendly candidates, prosecutors, crime bill creators, and mass incarcerators. This is what I know. If you know something that is going to make them, put them in a better light, enlighten me and the audience, because at this point, I don't really feel good about the Democratic Party.
Right. I think one of the problems is the masses do vote Democratic because that's what we are used to, or Republican because that's what they're used to. But a lot of people don't do their research to know who to vote for.
Absolutely.
So if you're not doing your research, you don't know. You just like Democrat because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we always grew up knowing. But it's definitely time to stop just doing that because that's what you're supposed to do, and do your research and find out more about these people.
And you know, and we gotta put it out there. You know, just like with all the propositions, right? You notice how all the proposition commercials are so misleading, and it have people voting against themselves. You know what I mean? Like this trickeration and manipulation. You know what I'm saying? And it gets you to think, oh yeah, I don't want to. I don't want that to happen to me. But you're really voting against yourself. It's just how they wording this shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's in anything.
So where's the people that's looking out? Nobody's looking out for nobody. It's everybody for themselves, I guess. But it's affecting everybody as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's the point. You got to get serious about this stuff. You can't sit back. It's too important to sit back and not do your research about people or say I don't care about that. I'm not voting. No,
but everybody's not.
Life.
Everybody's not capable. Everybody's not savvy. Everybody doesn't have the mental capacity. So it's important that people put the information out there and give people the knowledge that they need. Because what's the point if I do all the research and I got all the information and I go vote? It don't mean a motherfucking thing because it's the majority that's going to win.
Okay, but if the majority of people are not even voting, that's a problem.
True,
and that's been proven. I bet you we don't have that problem this time. I bet you a lot more people.
You seem very convinced that Donald Trump is going to be out of office, and I'm not so convinced.
Me either.
Well, I think so. Because I'm not just watching the Democrat. It's always like that. The Republican is the worst person on the planet in a Democrat's commercial. Okay, but I'm watching his own party and the issues with people having his own party.
I watched this party the last election, and his people wasn't backing him.
Yes, they was.
Not everybody was.
I was
not
watching
all
it.
Republicans
I was watching
was last election.
Most of them. When it came down time, they was like, "Hey, you with him or you not?" He's a Republican, and now they like with him and celebrating when he won. Not this time. I don't think so.
And even last election, it wasn't even close still. So I mean,
it was close.
Yeah, it was close.
It was close. You tripping?
How close?
What you mean? She
Close.
won the popular vote.
Yeah,
she won a popular vote, but
and it came down to these remember they didn't even for the first time in a long time they couldn't even declare a winner that same night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's how close it was.
Right.
That ain't gonna happen this time. Watch. Y'all think he gonna win? I think that's just kind of like maybe a little bit of fear.
So okay, let's say he's gonna lose, right? For sake of argument, are we that much better off?
Well, let me say this, man, and me, I after everything that has happened to me, I see now first and foremost, I look at everything spiritually first, and when I said before, we in judgment. I believe we in judgment based on his leadership down, okay, and I think we got an arrogant, just person who doesn't care about anybody. I don't think he even care about the Republicans.
No, he don't.
He doesn't. He cares about himself.
Yeah. He's in office. They voted him in. If you don't remember, a few weeks before the election, he was talking about grabbing. You know what I'm saying? Remember?
Yeah.
And it's like
grabbing women by their pussy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like if you so lost in your mind that you tried to ignore that and say this is a great president for us.
Listen. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What kind of nigga don't like grabbing women by the pussy in real life? Yeah, he running for president, but he's a man and he like pussy.
Look, listen. I understand what you're saying, but when we're talking about,
he was having a private conversation and they did some slick shit and hit record. That was some behind the scenes like me and you have talk.
Listen, this is one nation under God. Now, if you is supposed to be, okay, in a leadership position, okay, now it's really supposed to be that. Now you are putting a godless person there. Okay,
well, that's you can expect that.
You can't expect that.
Shit.
That's not true. That's not true.
Who so look, since I've been here on this earth, I think I caught a little bit of Carter, and then we had Reagan, then we had Bush, and then we had Clinton, now Obama, and you saying all these men was godly. Oh, George W. All these men was godly men of God that was running the the free world?
Listen. I think
Not even half of them, I don't think. Remember Nixon?
My question for you,
You know what I'm saying?
what about him? Now listen, let me say this. Even let's say Nixon, because what we talking about off top is, I'm not talking about people that make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And is humble enough to apologize.
Clinton came on a woman's dress.
Yeah, he did.
And looked every America in the eye and pointed his finger and bold-faced lied.
And then said, I'm sorry. I admit that I had what did he say? What was the word?
An entanglement. What did he have?
He had
what was it?
Basically, he was saying I did have a relationship that wasn't cool, that went against my marriage and all of that. You know,
once he was caught, it wasn't no getting out of it. That's what we all do. We all gonna lie. Nobody want to admit that fucking around on a woman.
Man, listen. Everybody, we all as humans make mistakes. Sometimes we make them big. Okay, now if you get into the word, okay, everybody does that. It's about what you do after that. Do you say you make excuses? Or say deal with it, or you keep lying, or do at some point you do what the word repent means? That means to come clean, apologize, and then completely turn from it. Okay,
right.
You know what makes you not do that? What this man embodies: arrogance and pride. Okay, so
he's the personification of arrogance and pride.
Exactly.
Too.
And
he lives in that space.
Exactly. And that's why I think we're in judgment like that, because people are so wrapped up in their gang and everything that you will put a godless, arrogant person like that over this country that's supposed to be one nation under God. Okay? So, I think for his foundation, just him, is that might be good for running a business and making money.
Yeah.
But not for one nation under God.
But that's why I don't think he's going to lose, because I think that the people, the white power structure, enjoys what he embodies. They enjoy that supreme elitist mentality that comes along with him as the commander in chief.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think what it's doing is exposing everything right now that's happening in the beginning of an election year. Happened because it's showing who's really there. It's exposing all of those type of people that you're talking about. And I think there's more people who are not like that and who's sick of that.
Well, we see that when we see the riots for George Floyd and
what's happening. Listen, if the majority of Americans was like that, stuff wouldn't be changing. We got more white people coming out and speaking against that stuff now than ever before. Not just here, across the world.
I think you just enlightened me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I had to think about that.
It's all coming. Like, that's why it say all things work together for good for those who love Christ, those who are called according to his purpose. Now, so you had this man get murdered, you know what I'm saying, on camera for the world to see. And it touched the hearts of so many people. The same people who might have been like, man, we're not worried about, we voting Republican, or you know what I'm saying, or we don't care about none of that stuff. But now you got so many people touched because it played out on their screen at home, and they touched in their heart, and they like, no, we got to do something, because this ain't cool. What's going on? You got, for the first time in history,
that nigga don't even
people. And he still don't
show
no compassion.
Yeah,
or nothing.
that's the sad part about that.
Every situation he like. Anyway, yeah, that wasn't cool. But what y'all doing? Not standing for the flag. We coming for that.
Wow.
Or you know what I'm saying? Or y'all rioting? You thugs. We gonna kill y'all. We giving y'all 20 years for he don't have no compassion. And I think more people more people than not have compassion, especially now. So that's why I think it's going to be somewhat of a landslide.
Pride come before a fall.
Exactly. And sometimes we have to learn that the hard way. You have to recognize that. You got to learn from past people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And recognize and check yourself before you get checked. Because that pride and arrogance, you gonna fall. That's for sure.
Crime. Speaking of crime, no, it was pride. Crime. The sheriff shooting in Compton the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me, man.
Man, I feel like, first off, I don't think it was right for them to try and reach out and call LeBron out.
Yeah, come on.
To pay double whatever they're giving on a bounty to turn somebody in.
That's an insult, man. That shit feel real ugly.
Did you see Vanessa Bryant commented on that? She shared a lot of stuff on her social media platform about that.
Okay, what'd she say?
Like the same sheriffs that was trying to cover up the sheriffs who took pictures at my husband's accident site. You won't help, but you can't even. They covered up evidence. They deleted the pictures, and the head sheriff in charge or whatever. It's a whole investigation going on right now about.
Okay.
So yeah, they need to handle their own stuff internally before they try and
calling out Lakers to do police work.
Yeah, definitely. But
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's I don't know. I'm caught where I'm like, I hope they don't catch him. Me personally.
Hey, you know what? Damn. I mean, I'm sure that feeling is felt throughout the whole motherfucking community. I don't know about the world, but I feel like that, man. I hope they don't get caught.
Yeah. All right, listen.
Because they get away with killing niggas all day long.
Hey, come on, bro.
What?
Listen.
I'm not saying I like what happened.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning what happened. I'm just saying, but you know what I'm saying? But they get away. They walk away just like they're going to walk away for killing Dijon. They're going to walk away from killing.
They still haven't did anything.
They're going to walk away from
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah. Everybody's walking away.
Listen, right is right and wrong is wrong. So I don't hope. Just like I want whoever killed a black man, whether he got a badge on or not, for him to pay for it. I don't want it to be lawlessness. I don't want wrong to happen. At the end of the day, he committed the crime just like old boy who killed George Floyd committed the crime.
Right.
This ain't supposed to be you are in turn turning into what you hating.
No, this is where I'm at
when
with
you're saying, hold on, let me finish. If you saying I hope they don't get caught, just as bad as the other officers or the white racists who say, I hope them officers get off for doing
I don't think so.
Yeah, you are.
I don't think that's just as bad because I ain't putting my knees in niggas neck or police
but
neck.
He did.
I'm not pulling triggers on police.
With the burner when he shot through that window.
Right.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is I don't condone anything that he did. Like I'm not saying it was right.
So why you hope he can get off?
This is what I'm saying. I don't necessarily agree with how he went at the situation, but all I'm saying is if I knew who did it,
I wouldn't tell.
I'm not telling.
That's a different. That's not what you said. You said I hope he get off. Not
no. He said I hope he don't get caught.
That's the same thing. I hope he don't get caught. Versus I'm not gonna tell on him. A lot of people don't snitch. I'm not gonna snitch on him.
What he said initially, and the feeling that I feel, and I'm sure is a feeling is mutual throughout this city, is that he hoped that the people do not get caught. And I know that may not be the right thing to say. You know what I'm saying? That might not be the godly perspective on it, but that's the true and honest feeling, though, Otto. You know what I'm saying? Like, them people get away with fucking us over left and right.
So that doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody need to get a. So they need to take that L.
You can't scream out justice, and yet you don't want justice. That you know what that is. You know what that is. That is vengeance speaking. You can't do that.
I don't want vengeance. I didn't go do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I want is reciprocity. Okay. You know what I mean?
On one end,
fair exchange, no robbery.
Yeah. On one end, you saying, man, you need to prosecute the people for Breonna Taylor. But
yeah, because they know
because this dude don't get caught
because they're caught. We know who did it.
Right.
Okay. They're saying they're going to make an excuse to let them people walk though.
But you're going to protest and riot and everything so that doesn't happen. Okay. Now
that shit don't mean it ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, that's just wrong. That's wrong.
Bobby Shmurda is in prison. Okay. Anytime a nigga do something, that's it. These people kill on camera, kill fucked uply. I know that ain't a word, but that's my expression, man. That's right. A fucked up way to kill somebody. Shooting, grabbing a nigga by his shirt and filling him up with 7 bullets while in front of his children.
What did the other dude do? He shot through that window. Okay.
That was fucked up.
You on the but are you on the side of right or are you on the side of they killing us, let's kill them? You want that?
Nah, I don't want that.
That's what happened.
That's not what I want. But since that happened, I hope that he gets away with it.
I hear you, but that's
you know
not
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's not right.
It's not right. But
that's all I'm saying.
But guess what?
Listen.
It'll never be even because we'll never kill as many police as they'll kill us. You know what I'm saying? Civilians, I'm saying, not we, because I'm not killing police. Let me make that clear. But civilians who take that route will never catch as many bodies as they do.
Hey, I understand what you're saying. I just I'm at a different place. I don't right is right and wrong is wrong. And I want that kind of stuff to stop on both ends.
Yeah, I do too.
They need to attack them people, and you can't get out here and riot and protest and say they need to do something. They need to do something. They need to do something. And then somebody on your team does the exact same thing, and you say, I hope they get away.
So you realize there haven't been any what they call it prison sentences for any of these police. Like ever since like Rodney King, they got that little bit of piece of punk ass time that caused niggas to riot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Like no police is going to jail for killing nobody, bro.
Bro, they that's what this is all. It's changing. It's changing. They got them.
I didn't mean to cut you off, boy.
The difference of all of these other situations is due to everybody seeing it and everything that's happening, all of the protests and stuff. They charged him like they would a nigga. Okay. They boosted his charges. Okay.
Well, if it's changing, what's up with Breonna Taylor's killers?
I would do. That's what I'm saying. You can't. My point is, you got to keep protesting. You got to keep going. They need to do something. They need to do
the
something.
Protesting is doing anything.
If then you're not watching because if it was like Rodney King, they wouldn't even have been charged and they would have got off. He's charged just like a murderer. Okay. Even though it's his job and all of that stuff, before it was like, oh, he's an officer and you know, he's gonna, even if we do charge him, he's gonna get off and he's not gonna get nothing. That's not happening now. Let it play out. But one thing's for sure, you can't scream justice, justice. They're not giving us no justice. And then when somebody from your side do something and you say, man, I hope he get away. You're not operating.
Yeah, you might be right.
You're not
you know what I'm saying?
Under righteousness.
But I'm operating under my feelings. I got feelings.
Right.
My feelings is involved.
That's the problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
I'm affected though. I'm affected by how they moving and how they treating us though, bro.
I am too. But I also know that we're in the midst of a change, a shift being made. We're in the midst of it. I feel it. I know it. Okay, and they not in charge like they think they are. Like he thought he was when he did that. He thought I'm a white supremacist. I'm an officer. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. No. You know, bro. You in the midst of a change right now. Okay, it's shifting. You got to pay for this. Now you can't say now you trying to flip it. What you want? Black supremacy? Supremacy?
No.
You want to be able to kill cops?
No.
It's nothing. You want to you want to defund the cops for the stuff they've been doing.
I don't even know if that was no black that killed that police. Number one, but
I know.
ahead.
I know. I'm saying.
Oh, they didn't die. They just got wounded.
I'm saying it's right and it's wrong. I want right to happen. I want peace. Okay. I don't want, even if you on my team, I don't want you to be able to say, oh, you got them? Okay, cool, good, get another one. And then when they get us, oh man, that's wrong. Nah, man, that's what you call hypocrisy. That's the definition of it. You can't be that way. You can't. And you can't operate. Listen, you saying I'm operating off my feelings. What you think his feelings was? It was hate. That's a feeling. He hated that man, so he killed him. Whoever shot through that window was operating off of hate, trying to get rid of hate. You need to operate under love. Okay, so that's what we're trying to get to.
I know, but right now the feeling is pain. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but you gotta get past that, and you have to say that ain't right either. They ain't right, and we fighting against that. But we can't go do the same thing and expect right. You can't, and you can't be with that, because whatever you condone is what you with.
I didn't say it was right what he did. I did not say it was right. I said, I hope he don't get caught. I ain't say it was wrong. I ain't say he did something good where he should fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever measure you judge, you will be judged. Okay? So, listen, check this out. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is really happened. Okay? At Delano, I was teaching this class, all right? And during that time, that lady in Texas, the officer, killed her. Remember, she supposedly went. She was on the wrong floor.
Oh yeah,
she thought it was.
She went to the wrong
building.
Yeah.
She went and she shot the black man.
Right.
Everybody was like, "Man, that's crazy. They only gave her, that was murder. She was an officer and she got off." And it's like, she didn't get off. She got what it was. You know what I'm saying? Now, the truth of the matter is, if you look at the crime, okay, was it premeditated murder? No, because that would mean
we don't know though. We don't know. We don't know what that. We know her explanation for the result, but we don't know what that woman was thinking.
Listen. Premeditated, the definition of it is you pre-planned with malicious intent, with so much hatred in your heart. A malicious heart is in the Bible and it's in the law.
Yeah.
Malicious heart, hatred in your heart. You pre-planned to go kill her neighbor. Do you think that was the case? And maybe even if you do think so, can you prove it with a shadow of a doubt? No. Therefore, it's not premeditated murder. Did she make a mistake that she need to pay for? Yes. Now, everybody up there was like, man, I hope she get this and I hope she get that. The same people, when they go into their situations, want mercy and grace, but don't want to give it. Okay? Now, I'm saying at this point, you have to look at the situation. As much as I may not like officers or something like that, or the person, the lady, that you got to remove that. You got to remove the feelings and say, here are the facts.
Listen, Otto.
Hold on. Let me finish. Here are the facts. Did they prove that she had some malicious intent and she pre-planned to kill her neighbor? No. So what she got is what it was.
Bro, she's an officer. Let's say it was an intruder in her home. Let's like it's an intruder in here. I don't get to kill him. That's against the law.
That's why she got 10 years.
You know what I mean?
That's why she got 10 years. But we talking about,
she's an officer. She know freeze. Why the fuck didn't she say freeze? The man was unharmed. He was sitting there eating a bowl of ice cream.
Listen.
Come on, bro. I don't know if that was premeditated or not. I don't know what that woman was thinking. She going into the wrong floor and all that. Something about that don't sit well with me.
Okay. But the point is,
and I don't believe her.
All of that. That's you're right. But the point is, did they prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was premeditated? No, they couldn't. She had no reason to hate this man like that, to want to go plan out the killing. So they couldn't prove it. Maybe it was, maybe you're right, but they couldn't prove that. So what they gonna give her? They gave her what she got. Okay? That's what it was. That's my point. Now people were saying, man, if it was a nigga, they would have got it. Hey, now you operating off of your feelings towards those people. And because your cousin might have got that time, they might not have cared. You want to do another wrong, just like they're doing wrong by giving somebody premeditated murder for that. You want her to get it, but it's not. The law should work like that for both sides. Now I understand most of the time it don't, but it should. That's all I'm saying. So we had this debate in there, and I'm like, so I read them the law, and how many of y'all think that that's what it was? And most of them was like, nah, I don't think that's what it was, but she still should have got life. Well, no, you're not thinking. You're thinking here. You're not thinking here. So if you don't think that it was the premeditated thing, then she shouldn't have got life. That's the point. But most people's like, yeah, I still don't like it. I still think she should have got life. No, she shouldn't.
Now listen, you
not the popular.
You
point.
can have this opinion when it comes to this case, but I know you got feelings too. Because if I brought up George Zimmerman, who got off that the prosecution didn't prove their case, you got a whole different perspective on that one.
I do, because I think because it's proven. It's right there.
Well, obviously it wasn't.
Listen. Let me say this. Off scot-free? No way. You grabbed your gun. You went and followed this kid. Okay, you wrong. You not an officer of the law. You not allowed to follow this kid and pick a fight with him. And then when he beat you up, you kill him. No, you was wrong somewhere. Now, do you give him premeditated, or he should have got something? He shouldn't have walked off.
Well, so the reason why he was able to walk off because they wanted to charge him with first degree, and that's why he was acquitted, because they couldn't.
Well, don't charge him with first degree.
But that's where the prosecution fucked up.
Okay, well that's my point. I'm not talking about whether the difference between whether it was first degree or second degree. I'm talking about how do you get nothing. I'm not saying the lady should have got nothing. She should have got what she should have got. But I'm not going to say she get the worst because that's what they usually do to us. No. People are supposed to get what they supposed to get. You're supposed to remove the hate and the racism and whatever it is. People get what they supposed to get.
No, you right though. You right.
You're supposed to, but I feel like until it happens on both sides of the board, fuck them.
And that's how most people feel. And listen, and check this out. But let me say this. Like I said before, by the measure you judge, you will be judged. So I say that to say this. And this is what I told the people in there. One of the people was the officiator or whatever. They sit in there. Like we run the class, but she sit in there and she do the role and all of that. And she spoke on it and she was like, I don't care. I believe they should have got this, and this, and forever type thing on anybody who does. And it's just like, and when I said that scripture, she was like, she changed her stance. Let me tell you why. Because everybody wants to go hard on the other people. And that scripture to me means, okay, you think that, let's see what happens when it happens to you.
Right,
or
you're right.
What happens to your little brother?
Right.
Yeah,
I bet you be on the other side of it.
You're right.
So you can't be like that, because it might come around to you. So think about that when you make your declarations. Okay, when you want to go so hard on everybody else, let's wait and see what you do when it happens with you or one of your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? When somebody shoot through the window, your mama, let's see if you like. I hope they get away with it. That ain't cool. No. It ain't. If it ain't right, it ain't right. Straight up. That's the part of this world. That's the messed up part of this world that we live in.
So what the police gonna do to make some shit right though? Because they the ones that's being exposed.
Some shit happens to them. They look for the athletes to make some shit right.
I think I'm not sure, but I'm gonna speak off of what I took from it. Come out against the wrong on this side, and you would have offered a reward if it was an officer shooting through the window and killing 2 black people. Now you clearly see a wrong right here. You gonna stand up too? You can't just stand up for the people that you like. You gotta stand up for the people you don't like too. That's in there. That ain't cool. It's not. You can't. That's wrong. Just like standing on that man's, kneeling on that man's neck and killing him is wrong. Walking up and shooting through this window is wrong. But that's the problem. Everybody want to say, yeah, when it's us, it's cool. I hope they get away with it. But when it's them, it need to be max sentence and all of that. That ain't right. And if everybody keep doing that, we ain't gonna get nothing done. It's gonna be anarchy. It's just gonna be killings and killings.
But you know that's the reason why it's anarchy or why it's going there is because it's not fair on both sides.
I understand. Let the change. We in the midst of a change. Let the change. Listen, let me tell you this. If they let's say it was like a year from now and he went to trial and he got off, and that night I seen that shooting, I would understand. But we in the middle. They ain't nobody. They arresting people. They firing people for not even for police brutality. You know
who got fired?
A lot of the people when they pulled the girl and the boy out of the car. They got fired like that. 5 officers got fired. It's different. That didn't happen before. It's a change. We're in the middle of a change. Okay, but this type of stuff I believe set us back because now it's some officers that watched that and was like, see. These people is animals. Kill them. You creating, you making it worse. We in the middle of a change. Maybe some people was starting to see the humanity in us.
Right, but you do realize
and somebody go do that.
2 weeks before they killed Dijon in the back, though. 2 weeks before, the sheriff just gunned this man down with like 19 bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
nobody got fired.
You talking about the dude that's paralyzed?
No, I'm talking about the guy that's dead on 109th and Woodlawn.
In LA.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So
that, I mean,
that's the sheriff department. That was the sheriff department that shooting happened to in Compton.
I understand.
So it's like
it's wrong.
Hey, like Malcolm say, it's the chickens coming home to roost, though, bro. I'm not saying I agree or I condone or I support what these people are doing, but I understand why it's happening.
I do too. But I'm saying we in the midst of a change. Let some stuff play out. They talking about defunding police departments because of the wrong that's going on. Let some of this play out. Don't spark we not gonna win that.
Right.
We gonna lose.
Yeah, you're right.
If they come back,
yeah.
You create to me, you creating more of the people that we trying to change or get rid of. Because a lot of officers is gonna look at that who might have been like, yeah, it was wrong for what people doing. They might look at that and see, yeah, you see these niggas, you see how they are, you need to kill them. This ain't we in the midst of change. Let it change. Let it happen. Don't set us back by doing stuff like that. But don't get me wrong. I understand it. I've been roughed up by police and beat up and stuff like that and profiled and guns pulled on for nothing. I've been there. Know that. But I think where we are right now, it's in the midst of a change for the better. That type of stuff set us back. We can't go to war. We can't shoot it out with the police department and state police and the federal government. We can't. We're gonna lose. So what are you really trying to accomplish?
Right.
You know?
And then, the fact still remains that we got ourselves as blacks out here still turning guns on one another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even slowed down a little bit.
No. And but that is, I hate when people use that to say, well, y'all killing each other. So what does that mean? You supposed to let them kill you too? No, that's just like saying this. I got problems with people in my family, You know what I'm saying? So I'm supposed to be okay with other people doing stuff to people in my family? No. We'll handle y'all do right by my family.
Right.
And let me handle what happened inside my house.
Right.
The thing is,
we'll handle it.
Black on black crime. Somebody black kills another black man. More than likely, he's gonna get caught and he's gonna go to jail.
Right.
Our problem is these police is not being held accountable. That's where our problem is. So it's not the
we
same.
in the middle, and it's been revolution. It's been riots and protests every single time, and some change has happened. They're going harder than they was before.
The reason why I brought up us turning guns on one another is, you know, I mean, how do we not get that we all we got? You know what I mean? How do we not get that when we got the police, every other race against us, society, anywhere you go, black people are mistreated. You know what I'm saying? Like we hate one another so much that we want to take out our own people. You know what I'm saying? Because of some bullshit. Like with everything that's going on, like nobody's thinking like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to rethink this shit. Maybe we need to do something different.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking that though, because the shit is still going on, just like nothing's going on.
Don't have an answer for that. You 100% correct. Yeah. That's exactly what people should be doing. So if in this moment, if that's what you're trying to do, whatever your reason might be, something wrong with you. If you watching them trying, and that part ain't new, them trying to extinguish us, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you watching that and you know that they hate us like that, how you helping them?
Right.
I don't get it. That part I don't get.
And you know, I always say this, you know, y'all ain't fucking with the police. No. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, you looking for, like Nip say, you looking for a nigga that look like you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you know that they'll kill you and they hate you. Okay? Police or white supremacists. You got white supremacists on TV, on YouTube, telling you they hate you and gonna kill you. You're not riding the streets looking for them. You're not going to where they at. You going down the street a few blocks over to try to get somebody that look like you. A lot of times, it's funny because I talk to a lot of dudes, and you know, they like main enemies is the people like they went to middle school with and stuff like that. It's like, I don't understand it. I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't understand how that could be your main enemy right now. I don't get it.
When Tough was here, he was saying that one of his friends, one of his friends was gonna kill his cousin and didn't know it, and I think it was like a funeral or a family reunion or something. He saw him and recognized him. It's like, nigga, I was finna kill you. I didn't know you was my people. Got introduced. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna kill your family just because he's from a different, you know, different part of the city, and he's a part of that culture over there. You know what I mean? Not that he's your actual enemy in real life, but because he's a Republic blood and you a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? You an elephant and he a motherfucking donkey. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all I need to know.
Right. Yeah.
I'm an elephant, you a donkey, nigga. I kill you.
Yeah. I think the first part of that is being wise enough to see who the real enemy is. When I went through my situation, I realized, oh, they hate us and they trying to kill us. However, they trying to remove me forever. If they could, if they got their way, they would try to remove me forever from my family.
Yeah,
it's a concerted effort to either kill or take the black man out of his household. Okay, however they can. Now, at some point, you have to be, intelligent enough to see that, especially if you've been through the system and you see how they play. You should be able to say, oh, no, I'm not playing into their hands. Not for nothing as small as these few blocks. You know what I'm saying? I think what happens is, what I learned is that when people have a common enemy,
they unite.
Mm-hmm. So all of the differences and stuff that we have in this country would all stop if we got bombed.
Yeah.
By another country. Then the focus is gonna shift. They gonna be like, hey, we cool right now. We all good here.
Right.
Because we gotta worry about them.
Yeah. It was Osama.
There was no killings of black people.
Osama bin Laden.
Right.
Yeah.
We wasn't the number one target at that moment.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So if it was a war that broke out and they dropping bombs in all American cities, that's when the crimes against each other would stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think all races would unite and focus on the common enemy, because then everybody would be Americans.
Yeah.
But I feel like after that's over with, just like 9/11, it's gonna go back to the same bullshit.
And and niggas ain't gonna feel like Americans after that. Right. They sure ain't gonna be treated like them.
Well, Civil War shit. After that shit was over, niggas went back to niggas.
Real shit.
I'm just saying, it shouldn't, though. You should remember. Yeah,
but and then what I realized too, man. Like I had said something off camera about I knew it was going to be some repercussions from Obama being the president. I knew that was going to have an impact negatively on a black society, and I've witnessed it play out. I've experienced it play out. I think that's the whole reason why Trump is the president. I think people needed to feel like they still had control over this country and they hadn't lost it, because that's how a lot of people who have that ignorant mind state of white supremacy and white is superior, you know what I mean? They didn't feel like that. They didn't feel like this was their country with a nigga as commander in chief.
Well, let me say this. I don't necessarily think it was that alone. I just think that even like independents or Democrats who voted for Obama, and the people in the middle weren't ready for a female president yet.
No, they wasn't.
I think that played.
Yeah, that played a big part.
If Biden, who was the vice president, and what y'all I don't know if y'all remember, but the approval rating of Obama and his office, that Obama and Biden, was through the roof at the time, right? So it was like Biden probably a win easily, especially with Trump. And they went with Hillary. And I think even the people who, they probably won't admit it now, but the people who was in the swing, was in the middle, went over to Trump because they just wasn't ready for a female president at the time.
Yeah. I believe it's going to happen eventually. Maybe not for her, but for somebody.
You never know how stuff happens.
I think it just didn't happen. They was like, we just gave y'all a black man. Y'all
now
right.
You're trying to go straight to
right.
a
It
woman.
was too much too soon.
Too much. Yeah. I heard people say, man, I'm not ready for a woman to run the country. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so y'all voted for Trump. And then, it's like he pushed his agenda, you know what I'm saying? And, but he's a billionaire, about business, and he'll translate that to a great economy. And so people was like, all right, well, let's see. Before we put the girl in, I'd rather go with that.
Speaking of Trump, I know we've been speaking about him the whole time, but Trump, as well as a lot of other people, NFL included, man. Don't you think that they owe Colin Kaepernick a formal apology? for the shit that they put him through and how they dragged him publicly for his protest, his silent, peaceful protest.
What's the name? Didn't the commissioner actually come out and say that?
He did.
He came out and said we owe him an apology.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That wasn't necessarily giving him the apology that he deserved, but
I
he
know
did
I'm
say
still waiting on it.
Yeah,
but he said we
He
deserve.
did say.
Yeah. So that's a big step right there.
right.
Okay.
But get an apology though,
Right.
and get him a job.
Exactly.
If
Right.
y'all
That
don't,
part.
if y'all don't want to give him, if y'all don't want to give him a position in, because let's say his prime is passed, and y'all don't just want to give him a job, or be a token quarterback, give him a position
Right.
Right.
up in the in the office.
Yeah, something about race relations or something where,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
A committee, let him head a committee or something.
Exactly. So, but the fact that the commissioner came out and said we owe him an apology, that was big. But you see what I mean? It's a bunch of change going on, because a couple years ago, last year, that wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So everybody is seeing, like, and the times is changing and shifting, and the masses are now like, yeah, we with what about the Kaepernick stuff? And they making them say, yeah, we owe him an apology.
You know what was so
That's the popular opinion.
the killing part about how they made his kneeling something anti-patriot and disrespectful to the Star Spangled Banner and the motherfucking what's the name of that song? The song they sing? The
National anthem.
national anthem. Before he started kneeling, he just was sitting down
And a patriot told him to kneel.
as a sign of respect.
Right.
And they took that and made it something disrespectful.
Right. Wrong.
Where do you can't win for losing.
Right. Wrong.
So this is your right to peaceful protest, but it was taken away from him along with his career. You know what I mean? Because he was standing up for injustice or kneeling for injustice.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the president, the commissioner, the NFL, every team in it, everybody turned their back on him, and everybody made him out to be a bad guy.
Right. But that, to me, that lets you know how the change, that we're in the middle of a change. All of those, because I don't think the commissioner is just that great of a person now. No, the opinion of the masses have changed based on what has happened. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So change, like,
He
you can
said it.
see
He said
the
it.
change.
He said after seeing that video is what made him have a different outlook.
Get
on
what I'm saying?
Trump was doing.
Change has happened. That horrible thing that took place in front of everybody, and the protests and everything that happened after that, is causing a change. Even in somebody like the commissioner of the NFL, who I really don't think care that much. He just have to change because the masses, the opinion of the masses has changed.
Everybody but Trump.
Arrogance.
Then just
Arrogance.
going back to the police shootings, I feel like the only ones that's being penalized is the ones that's getting seen on camera doing this.
Mm-hmm.
The person that got the police that shot the guy on 109th and Budlong, police, it wasn't caught on camera. The shooting wasn't caught. We saw him running from the police. Then it snapped to the next scene where he was laid out.
But they got more footage.
Oh, you didn't see? That's why you got to watch the podcast, bro. I got the whole thing.
You got the whole
The
thing?
whole thing.
Somebody had a ring or something, a ring camera or something on there.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
Oh,
Got the shooting and all that.
oh, okay.
Fuck with me.
Yeah,
You got to tune in.
we're gonna stay for a commercial break. So I can
But no, that ain't no laughing matter, man. But yeah, they got that on tape, man. And dude had his hands up. Police walk up to him, bomb on him. Bah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He keep his hands up, bomb on him again. Nigga like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Take off back. Try to run off.
Yeah.
They gun him down.
Yeah.
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 You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be able to get away with no shit like that. As of today, there are no arrests.
Yeah.
But we got a dead nigga though. You know, they probably done buried him already. That's over with.
Well, you know, hopefully with this with the new footage, they need to do something. You know, we'll see.
You know, I got to get into the Panthers, bro. You was trying to enlighten me about the Panthers. Was it Bobby Seale you was telling me about?
I don't remember, probably. But what was it about?
No, I'm just saying the Panthers was policing the police.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck this blood and Crip shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like sucker shit compared to what the Panthers was doing.
And the
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it was that the origin of
The blood and Crip shit
was
derived
from that. Right.
But it turned into something against one another.
Exactly. Got off track, you know.
What was the Crip stand for? Community
Something like that.
in progress, something. I forget what the R was.
I forget, but it revolution, something in progress. Community revolution in progress. might have been it.
Something like that.
I just don't want to misquote it.
Okay,
but
I might be wrong.
But I know that it derived from like Black Panthers, like it's supposed to be an organization to help our people. Now, how does it? You know, at some point
We need some shit like that. See, and it's did you see the Black Militia? Them niggas in Dallas. I know y'all probably. Them niggas was hard.
right? But see, it's more of that needed versus what old boy did. Okay.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, even with the Black Panthers, when they split, and because what's the name took that stance, like ready to go kill him. That's like, no, that's not what that's not what we do.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't beat them.
That's where they lost.
Right.
Yeah, that's what fucked them up.
That particular sect, when they
They
went
shouldn't have
off
did
on their
that.
own-
You're right.
yeah.
You're right. They shouldn't have did
and
that.
what happened? It was because of anger of something that happened.
Feelings.
It make you change your whole thing.
Got your feelings involved.
And you putting all of us at risk.
Yep.
So you can't do that,
You're right.
especially in the middle of the progress. That takes you backwards.
See, that's what these conversations are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to get closer to solutions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we all put our shit on the table. We put our honest opinions out here, our honest feelings, and then we figure out what to do with them and how to put them in the right context. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whenever 9 times out of 10, when you let your feelings take over and you make decisions with your feelings, you make a mistake. You know, you can't do that. You know, the Panthers was kind of like what them dudes down south was doing. You know, like they know their rights. They're out here moving with their guns legally and not playing with what they saying and walking by. What you want to do? Because we out here legal.
Yep.
Now, and we don't. And you being filmed. But come this way, make a move.
They don't want to play with them.
They didn't want no. They was go ahead, walk. He's right. That's why when forget his name.
George Floyd.
No. The Panthers. The
Bobby Seale. Huey Newton.
When he was like, when he would talk and they like, hey, what you doing out here with this gun? And he like under section such and such and such.
Yeah.
And such. You know what I'm saying? Pig. I got a right to be.
Hey,
out
who
here,
was that
pig.
that Rick Ross put on this song? You pull your gun on him, blow him away. Who was that talking? That nigga, the pig get to jiving with your people.
Yeah.
Okay, when the pig
in a desired manner.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga wasn't fucking with that. That wasn't who they wanted to see.
Right. And that's why I'm saying you got to be out there that way legally and know your rights. When you don't, that's when they take advantage. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, even them who knew their rights and was armed legally, when they start moving off emotions and that particular sect branched off and went and attacked the police,
it brought the whole movement down.
You know what I'm saying? So at least that sect of it, you know. So
Went out there knowing your rights don't always get you where you want to be either. Philando Castile knew his rights.
Ooh wee.
Carried.
Come on.
What happened?
Give me something.
and what's supposed to happen is that they were supposed to be charged. And first of all,
I ain't heard shit about that.
right. I know. Wait, hold on. I'm not gonna speak. I don't remember why. But something happened. But just because you know your rights and you in the right doesn't necessarily mean things ain't gonna happen. Stuff is gonna happen when you live in this world. You will go through tribulations, okay? But do what you're supposed to do. You know, let him handle it, okay? You don't, in turn, go like I say, be angry, yet don't sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that happens to him, right? You don't go in turn with your legal firearm, go shoot some police that night. No. Because now what you done? You messed up. You didn't win in sin. You know what I'm saying? So it's they made that mistake. They got to pay out that penalty wherever they pay it out. You know what I'm saying? Whether they pay it here or where they going next. Okay? That's on them. That's why I'm trying to say, I get it. The feeling wants you to applaud that and say, I hope it, I hope you get away, and I hope a couple more people do it and they get away too. You can't do that. You can't do it. You can't do that. You are now turning into them. You are now turning into them. The people that was at home applauding was like, yeah, kill that nigger. Glad he put his knee on his neck and killed that nigger.
Wow, I don't think no. Well, I'm sure it was a couple, but
it's no. It's some white racist somewhere that was applauding that.
Yeah.
Now you can't be like him and say, yeah, kill that pig.
I didn't say that, and I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I don't feel good about that, but
Right.
I do. But it's almost like man. It's almost like you kind of want to see the guy that's getting bullied, stand up for himself. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like that. Like you ain't gotta just be a victim. You know what I mean? And I know that's some obscure shit because we talking about shooting and killing and all that, but that's what's happening to us. You know what I'm saying? And we're defenseless. We gotta do as these people command. When they pull you over, you have to do what they say. Right. They pull their guns on you. You know what I'm saying? And really, it's up to them whether you live or die. You know what I'm saying? And they do that job. Not all of them, but it's a lot of them that take that responsibility and take advantage of it and take advantage of innocent people. Not necessarily innocent people, but unarmed people, defenseless people.
True. And what some might consider what whoever this person did is the same thing. Now, if you found out the exact people who did something to a black person or whoever and went to that person's house and did that, maybe you have the right to feel that way. But not just like he just killed any nigga that was out that day. You don't just go kill any officer. So you know what I'm saying? That's the problem that we have. Like you was just saying, old boy was finna kill who he found out was his cousin, but he was just gonna go kill
an enemy.
Or any blood. Sometimes they don't even, most of the time, not most of the time, but a lot of the times, they don't even confirm if it is an enemy.
Yeah.
He just got on a hat that color.
Yeah, that's one right there. I could tell that nigga from that shit.
Exactly. That's cowardly.
And that's it.
That's cowardly. If you at war, okay, you at war, and if he hits you up, yeah, what's happening? And then you go handle it, okay, I understand that more than rolling by and shooting at somebody with just that color on. Everybody wears the colors nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That right there, I don't understand. And it's like, okay, we just gonna go kill 2 officers, whoever they are. How you know they wasn't 2 of the good ones? Because there's a lot of good ones.
How you know that them officers wasn't targeted for something that they did?
I don't know.
Somebody was like, I'm getting them motherfuckers.
If I understand, then that would make me understand it more, but you don't know that.
I don't. But we don't know.
You're just over here applauding.
I didn't applaud. Don't.
All right, look.
Don't do that.
No, but you're saying, I hope he get away with it.
That's what I said. Yeah. But honestly, I kind of still feel like that, but I understand what you're saying, and I don't want wrong to prevail. I don't. That's not my desire.
Right.
On either side.
Okay.
But there's still a part of me that hopes that person gets away with it. Just honestly speaking.
I feel you. And before, just like I was telling you about that story about that lady. Before, I would have been right with them. Everybody was like, "Yeah, man, the hell with her." You know how many times the police get away with this stuff all the time. But when you go through your own stuff, and you know that you want it, that you begged for mercy and grace, not from nobody here, but from God, and you get it, right?
Right.
But you still you don't get away with nothing. You still got to do what you still got to do. You got to pay, right?
Right.
I think people should pay according to what they did. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So now let me say this: it's a step, it's a process. I think the person should be, the arrogance should be gone. They should be humble, truly sorry, and then pay whatever penalty that is that under mercy and grace. Okay, if they ask for it and they truly in their heart ask for it, okay, and really want, or what I saw from that lady wasn't what I saw to that lady when she talked. I was like, I feel her. That was genuine. And what tripped me out was people. The one that I think the dude's brother, went up and gave her a hug.
Yeah, everybody was mad at that.
Yeah,
me included. I'm like, fuck them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you that was the feeling. Like, because if it was, you don't see no victims family go and give that kind of
but you should,
but you don't see it. And then the judge, I think that was like out of line too. You know what I'm saying? Stepping down from her podium and hugging and giving Bibles and all that. Come on, man. When it's us, it's never that, especially when it's the other side.
Hey, I understand what you're saying, okay? But then you bringing it back to a us versus them thing.
Well, that's not what I created though. That's what I'm victimized by.
I understand, but we're trying to get to a place where they are like that, okay? So the overall tone was in that situation was what you just said, the Bible and because it's all about
it was love, and
right. Hold on, let me say this part.
Come on,
because what it's all about, the Bible and stuff, is forgiveness, mercy, and grace. And even people that say they follow that don't want to give it. So how a person say they're a follower of Christ and don't want to give nobody who is genuinely sorry mercy and grace? Come on now, cool. That's why I said, hey, by the measure you judge, you will be judged. So if you don't want to give it, don't expect it. Okay, and live with it. If you that tough and you that hard and you like everybody should get the worst penalty when it happened to you or yours, be like, hey,
take that on the chin.
Exactly. So if you don't want that, you might want to start giving it.
Criminal. What's on your mind, bro? Tell the people what's on your mind, man. Before it's over with, man. Anything you feel like you need to get off. Anything you want to talk about? You sure?
Got something to think about now, huh?
Yeah, I got something to think about, definitely. I still feel how I feel, but right. I do definitely understand your side, and it gives me a little more where I'm like, maybe, but I'm still swaying towards how I feel.
By the way, this ain't my side, okay? Because I ain't no better than nobody else, and I still feel like this. I just been changed. I done went through so much, and I had to like Jesus on the cross to the enemies, to the people that was in the middle of killing him, said, "Forgive them, for they don't know what they doing." Like, that's the standard that you're supposed to be trying to get to.
I have to say this as great as a sacrifice as that was for Jesus, it just feels like us blacks are the only ones trying to emulate that, and we're taken advantage of because of this. You know what I mean? We always trying to be the better person. We always, you know,
we're the ones that always have to show how it should be to get the like. I don't.
But we never benefit from that, from this sentiment. You know what I mean?
We're in the middle of a change right now. The black agenda and compassion for the black people is as high as it's ever been in my life. Okay, we're in the middle of a change, and it's messed up that it took something that horrible to happen in front of everybody. That's what it took. So now even the people who didn't care is starting to care. Even somebody is, I don't want to say for sure racist, but I think so. The commissioner of the NFL, even he got to come out and say, we owe this guy an apology. Because the masses, it's a shift in the opinion of the masses.
Yeah.
And that it took that horrible thing to happen for even people that didn't care before to be like, ooh, yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they have been treated. You didn't know that I didn't know that they was killing them like that. This can't be. This ain't nothing new. They've been saying it for years. And now they like, oh no, yeah, it's a lot of people, a lot of white people. It ain't just black people out there protesting. It's a lot of white people. Okay? So it's a change happening. So let it happen. You know, let it happen. Don't hold on to the hate. Be a part of the change. Don't give no hate back, because you're gonna make us take a step backwards. I think that person who did that, once again, I feel him. I understand it. But you're making it worse than better. Because if everybody took that stance, we in trouble. If everybody just start killing them, on the third, fourth killing like that,
yeah,
now it's on.
Yeah,
they killing. Y'all want to shoot it out with us? Let's go.
You right?
No, we ain't ready for that.
Rodney, right? Any final thoughts? Anything that you didn't address that you want to address?
No, I think that's it. We gotta be smarter. We gotta be compassionate. Show mercy and grace if you want it. Okay, understand that these times are, I think we're in the middle of change. We're in the middle of a shift, and continue doing what, continue to be a part of the positive change.
Right.
It's happening. We in the middle of stuff that we've never seen. This country has never seen. Okay, keep going with that. Don't let your emotions get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Start making mistakes. Okay, I understand feeling a certain type of way, but that don't mean you do it. Just I ain't gonna say every day, but a lot of times I want to slap my girl, but I can't do it.
I'm editing that out.
You know what I'm saying?
But go ahead.
Like it's you can't do it. You gotta come with a more grown up, more productive, positive way of dealing with it. That's it, and understand that everybody should be able to see that there's a greater power. There's a greater power in charge of all of this. When have you seen the world shut down from one thing? Right.
Like the whole spring and summer now going into fall.
Yeah. So, and I don't care who you are, what country you live in, how much money your country got, or how poor you are. Everybody is affected by this. Okay. Now, it says it in there. When I send the locusts, on the land, and when I send plagues among the people, it says it in there. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening. Don't believe it. Look on the internet and type locusts, and you'll see, locusts are just a bunch of bugs from everywhere, and they don't know where it's coming from. It says it in there. Plague. This is a plague. attacking the whole world. If you don't believe that there's a higher power in charge of this right now, then you just want to be blind. So with that being said, you need to, it's the same message that Jesus had. Man, turn from your evil ways. Turn from your evil ways and understand you ain't in charge of everything. Okay? Repent is the word. That was his message.
Well, this show is not for people to look at us like we experts, especially me, because I'm a work in progress. You know what I mean? I'll be the first to say that. Everything that comes out of my mouth ain't everything that you should do or think or follow. I'm trying to figure things out, and that's what this show is about. Us figuring out the right way, figuring out, how to deal with these emotions, deal with these situations, deal with these problems that we face. And hopefully today we helped people that tuned in with that. This actually helped me today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys for coming, and can't wait to have you both back. Definitely. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be a wrap, man. Y'all come back and check us out, man. Apartment 107. Oh, y'all need to follow my folks.
Kryme _Payze.
Hold on. Okay, one more. Hold on. Y'all need to follow my folks, man, on Instagram. Kryme, where you at?
Kryme Payze. That's KRYME _PAYZE on Instagram. Follow up.
Paperboy Rod. Spelled like that.
Simple as that.
Paperboy Rod. Check. I just you like he said, work in progress.
Yeah.
You have to because this ain't me. You go back.
We gonna get into it. He gonna be back. We gonna get into the whole story. But go ahead.
This ain't me, and I ain't where I want to be. I'm just further than I was 4 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And it's just like, and sometimes it takes extreme things to happen to you. If you hard headed like me, it takes extreme things to happen to you for you to change. So one thing I gotta say is, I think I'm here because I was left here because I need to tell people that, I don't want people to go through something as extreme as what I went through for them to get the message. You know what I'm saying? Like,
tell them what you went through real quick.
A horrible car accident. That was my fault. Okay. And, it wasn't on purpose and, nothing like that, but, I almost died, and, a couple other people didn't make it, and, it ripped me, apart, having to live with that, and having to deal with the repercussions, you know what I'm saying? And just, if you don't change after that, then you deserve what will happen next. So I believe my job is to come and tell people what I learned in the process. The way, because I don't necessarily feel like I was a horrible person before.
Yeah.
I just wasn't nowhere near where I needed to be.
Yeah.
You looking at a person who was in church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Work every day. Almost every day. Like,
yeah.
Average 6 days a week, overtime every day. And multiple property owner, and just blessed. But I learned during the time that I wasn't on the right path like I thought I was.
Yeah.
And I was hurting a lot of people with my pride and arrogance. That's why I'm so against it. So I learned that God is against that. Like hates pride and arrogance. That was the devil's problem, Satan's problem.
Right.
You know, so any of that, he like, oh no, the pride, the fall is coming if you got any of that. So that's what I had a lot of that going on. And he didn't take me.
Spared you.
Spared me.
And I do that. I don't think they know how close you were to, not being here. You know what I mean? Is it okay if I show some pictures?
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
It is. I thought we was gonna get to that.
Okay, we'll say that. We'll say that for another time.
But yeah, it was arrived unresponsive to the hospital, and so everything, when God's in charge, everything worked out to where they rushed me their surgery right when they were supposed to, and the perfect doctor was there and made that call, because I learned that other people didn't make it just off of the 10-15 minutes later, brain dead. This doctor was like, no, we need to get him in surgery right now. It's no accident, right, that these things worked out this way, but it's all about, I believe that he left me here as a changed person, and the change didn't happen that night. The time in between, and where he set me, and the people he sent to talk to me, and the things I read this and go to this class, and all of these classes and learn, and I learned so much, and it's like, all right, now you out and go tell it to people. Go help some people, because if you're not doing that, I don't need you here. So I'm supposed to come back and let some people know this ain't a game. This is not for play. What you're supposed to be doing here, you're supposed to be doing his work, especially not the opposite work. And I didn't realize it, but I was doing a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing a lot of that. When you out here and you breaking hearts, and you arrogant, and you just using his blessings. You know what I'm saying? You're using his blessings to destroy people.
For your own selfish gain.
For your own selfish gain. We don't look at it like that. We just look like we just feel like, okay, we knocking down another woman, another notch on the belt.
Yeah.
Not understanding you could be playing part in destroying this woman's
self-esteem.
And I tore, like, and we're going to get into all of it, but, I realized that I tore up my own family, and my kids is living in another state because of me. Before, I was thinking she's nuts, like, she crazy. How could she, what's wrong with her? I'm great. What's wrong with her? You talking about what? And while I was sitting in there, it came to me. You don't see what you were doing? You don't see how many times you have done that? And it's like, oh, let me show you the right way to do this. I don't be trying to preach to y'all about this stuff. I just been sat down and changed and see it clearer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm not like, hey man, I'm not just I just see it differently now and I understand, because I was there. I was way worse than y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I see it now, and I know his way and his order, and I have to do it that way, because there's a whole lot of benefits that come along with it too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a bunch of stuff that we wasn't taught.
Right.
Because, we wasn't, a lot of us didn't come up in the two-parent household. And if we did, they wasn't doing it right themselves because they didn't know.
Right.
And I know it now. So now it's just like, start with my household in order. And anybody you put in front of me that want to listen, here you go. There you go. And then it's on you. But what you can't say is that when it hit the fan, you didn't hear it and that you wasn't warned, because I believe that he's going to say when it comes that time, when you try to say, I didn't know, really? And he might replay to you. Remember when this kid Rodney was hey, I sent him to say that, and you blew it off. Because I'm sure I did 1,000 times before.
Yeah.
When people was trying to tell me about marriage and fatherhood and the streets and selling dope and all that stuff. All I know is where I come from.
Well, that was
what they do.
Yeah, that was what you knew. That was your upbringing.
Right.
Well, it was odd for you not to do nothing like that.
Right. And so it's he let me live to say that, and so here I am.